Yeah, absolutely. Lots to look forward to after the interval. Well, I'm sure you know all the 4 players who are out there in the arena at the moment, but there may be one face that you don't recognise. Now, Zhu Ying from China is the latest female referee to join the circuit, following in the footsteps of Michaela Tabb, who's now a very popular official these days. Now, Zhu Ying is known more popularly as Ivy in these parts, and it's the first time that she's officiated in Newport.
About 13 years ago, when I was in high school, one day I was watching TV television, and the snooker match was on one of the channels. I don't know why, I just stopped and watched that match. It's a lovely picture. I like it very much. And I watched all the matches of that tournament. I just think I fall in love at that moment. Years ago, I tried to play it myself. Yeah, I love it. I like to play it, and after that, I have a chance to be a referee, and I find I also love to referee. About 2005, Ding Junhui won his first title in Beijing China Open. From that time, snooker became more and more popular in China. So I have more chance to referee. So I left my job and I chose the referee as my full-time job. Last April, yeah, I was invited by World Snooker. They want me to attend more tournaments this season in the UK. Yes, I'm very glad that they can invited me. So I came and I live in Sheffield last April.
She's come over here and just had a bit of hands-on to see what we actually do in this country as well. It is difficult to make the transformation from the qualifiers into a main TV event. There's different positioning around the table, and there are a bit more pressures, and because the TV lights are so warm, it does affect you overall. But yeah, she's progressing very nicely.
She's learned it quickly, very smooth around the table, very good when the miss is in play, very good at the job.
It's nice to have more women coming through and reffing, and she seems to love the game, and she's good at her job, so that's the main thing.
She sort of got herself familiar with the surroundings now on the big stage, and I think in the future years she will be one of the top refs.
I think I'm getting more confident, and so to Welsh Open, yeah, the feeling is very good. When I came out, everything's good for me. I feel, yes, the feeling is great. I think. The dream for every referee is one day we can referee the final of World Championship. Yes, that's my dream. So.
Zhu Ying, a real symbol of the changing face of world snooker, not least, I suppose, because the sport is growing massively in China now.
Absolutely, but I think World Snooker made a great decision. I mean, she's a wonderful referee, the consummate professional. One thing referees are not encouraged to do is to mix too much with the professional snooker players, because it could be, you might be bordering on some favouritism or something in the eyes of the tournament officials, and if you do that, McGanny would have a friendly word in your ear, not to mix too much with the players at bars or something in the night or in the hotel bar, whatever, what have you. But she is an excellent referee, and she's got a great future in the game, I'm sure of that.
Well, she's actually been in charge of the other match being played this afternoon over on table 2. This quarter-final is between Shaun Murphy and Northern Ireland's Mark Allen.
I'm a Pisces. I don't have a clue what star signs mean, so I don't really delve into it. I find it puzzling how, you know, 12th of the population all has the same things going on at the same time. If I could travel back in time, probably go back to a certain match I played against John Higgins, missing a few balls in that semi-final of the World Championships. Even though I was well behind, I sort of got myself back into the match and missed one or two later on that I shouldn't have. I don't deliberately tidy up, but I don't deliberately make it messy either. I think it just as it comes. If I make it messy, I make it messy, and if I keep it tidy, I keep it tidy. Should probably watch. Probably at the time because I was stupid and liked Tiger Woods a bit too much, and that's what he was wearing. So probably to this day, probably will watch. Probably wouldn't be the biggest fan of heights. Flying's not too bad because you're closed, but like roller coasters and things like that, no, not for me. I'm a bit of a fighter, obviously, on the table. No, I'm determined, and even when I'm not playing my best, I'll always stick in there and try and get out of it what I can. And it might not always be a victory, but I'll never give up.
Well, Mark Allen's opponent today, Shaun Murphy, and here's his profile. Still not yet 30 years of age, and of course he burst onto the scene back in 2005 when he became the first qualifier to win the world title since our own Terry Griffiths. Since then has won 3 more ranking titles, the last one last year at the PTC Grand Finals. Dominic, he's really established himself as one of the top players around.
Absolutely, he's got a fantastic cue action, conducts himself very well, he's a great ambassador for the game. I like Shaun, you know, the way he walks around the table, he sort of bounds around the table, he's got this sort of supercilious air about him, and he's a great player, there's no two ways about it.
Well, we're going to pick up the action of this quarter-final in frame 1. Shaun Murphy is next to play, and he's trailing by 31 points. Your commentator is Terry Griffiths.
A good match-up here between these players. Typical Murphy shot there, playing with a lot of backspin to take the pot on, but also take the wider distance away from the cue ball. Another clean pot from Mark Allen, but he needs that cue ball to slow down a bit. He's just about okay. Have to avoid the brown when potting this yellow to get down for the reds. Oh, he played that well. You see that plant there, one red onto the other. He's only looking at that because he could bring the pink into play then. The red he's got in the centre isn't giving him ideal position. Well, that's amazing. I think he concentrated so hard in what's happening with the cannon to bring the pink into play. He's missed the plant. Is that missable? Well, so we thought. He's laughing about it now. Won't be so funny if Murphy clears up from here, though. Well, there's plenty of reds in the up, and it's just got to go in and out it.
Shaun Murphy, 7.
Looking a little puzzled in his chair. Could have left Mark Allen with something a little easier than these. His taking his cut on into the middle is a very tough pot.
1.
He's a glance at the pink, he doesn't like that. Got to watch the blue, he's None of this helps though with the pot and the blue. And it doesn't seem to bother him that much, he pots so well.
6. Mark Allen 6.
Well, we've seen some amazing misses here in this first frame. It always takes them a while to settle down out there, but they both had a little bit of table time.
1.
The reds are not so well placed this time for Sean Murphy. These opportunity had, they were mostly in the middle of the table, so it's a big ask to win from here.
Three. 4. Brown ball. Sean Murphy 8.
Not just the 8. One thing you've got to do when these top players are playing against each other, if your opponent misses a bad shot like Mark Allen did, you've got to punish him. Well, that could have gone wrong, but the Browns.
Well,
you may have thought he took a difficult pink on instead of an easy blue, but
20.
he needs the extra points. He's now 45 points in front.
$27. 36. 39. 43. 48. 54. And the free. Mark Allen.
54 breakdown from Mark Allen's enough. He takes the first frame against Sean Murphy.
And that was Mark Allen's 9th frame.